How do I create a signature program? Something that expresses me, my expertise, my areas of joy and curiosity in a way that will amplify my message. Hey, I'm Colin Scotland. This is Strategy and Spirit, where your most authentic self amplifies your impact. Today, we're talking about just that. We're talking about creating a signature program for your business that will amplify your impact. Take a deep breath and let's dive in. A signature program has two elements to it. I mean, even that very phrase, the first phrase, signature, the second phrase, program. So the signature, it's your unique fingerprint, your unique approach to solving a problem. And we're going to dive into that in a second. And then the second is program. So program implies a step-by-step, a system, a sequence, a series of. And so signature program is your unique way of solving a problem, the process that you take people on. And I want to introduce you to a concept called the prison to paradise process. If we switch things around and we're not looking at you or me and thinking about, oh, my signature program needs to be this and needs to do that, and we flip this on its head, we look 100% at the person who will benefit most from this signature program, from your expertise, from your wisdom, from your genius, from your experience, from understanding how you see and interpret the world around you. So that's the first step. Flip it around. Focus on the person that is going to experience this transformation. And the more you are able to remove yourself from this equation and have it focused 100% on the ideal client, the more powerful what you create will be. So that's the first step. And then we take this ideal person and we look at where are they right now? So right now, they've not experienced your program, your system, your process. They are in what I call the prison state. They are in a state of despair, of frustration, of confusion around this thing that you can help them with. So what does the prison state look, sound, and feel like? What are they seeing as a result of this problem? Where are they looking? How are they hunting for a solution? Are they even aware of the problem? So all of these things come into play as you seek to understand where your ideal client is right now in that prison state. Stephen Covey, one of my all-time favorite authors, said in The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, seek first to understand, then to be understood. So we're doing things in that order, intentionally, on purpose. Seek to understand, therefore, where your ideal clients are now in that prison state, the before state, before you've delivered your magic, before you've delivered your program, your service, your wonder. Okay? So it's important always here to remove I, me, mine from the equation and always focus on you, your, and this ideal client and that state that they're in. So what are they seeing? How are they hunting for problems? What other things have they tried to fix this? How is this problem showing up in their life? What are they thinking about it, about possible solutions, about possible ways around it and over it and through it? And how does it make them feel? Most importantly, how do they feel right now? And what happens as a result of how they feel? So they feel this frustration, this lack of clarity, this confusion, and it drives them insane because they feel like they're going from pillar to post, or they're spinning their tires in the mud, not actually getting anywhere, and the engine's in danger of heating up and burning out. And that is beginning to paint a picture of the prison state of your ideal client. Once you're clear on that and you understand what that world looks, sounds, and feels like, you can begin to consider what you bring to that person. How your expertise, your wisdom, and your experiences can transform that person's life from a state of prison to a state of paradise, to a state of euphoria, to the antithesis of those emotional states that you described in the prison set. So rather than confused, they have clarity and calm and peace. What are those emotional states once they've been through your process? What does life look like? What does life sound like? What does life feel like for your ideal clients when they come out of the other side of your signature program? So here you can really dig in to the change that you've helped to effect in this person's life. And that really gives you a picture of the paradise state, the outcome, the after state, once they've experienced your signature program. And now you've got two things. You've got the before and after, the prison and the paradise. The paradise state is the place where you're taking them at the end of this signature program, at the end of this journey. The prison state is where they are right now. So you always have to meet people where they're at, right? So this is why in marketing, we have formulas for creating sales text and things like that, right? So we have a problem, agitate, solve formula. So we talk about the problem, which meets them where they're at. Hey, this is what prison sounds like. This is what it feels like. I know, I've been there. And then we kind of play in that space. And then we introduce a solution to say, hey, you know, life could look like this. And now we take the paradise state and we say, hey, you could feel calm. You could be at peace and life could look like this and sound like this and feel like this for you. And then we introduce our signature pathway as the way that they get that paradise state, the way that they step in to that paradise state of being. So once you understand the two contrasting sides of this equation, then, and only then, can you begin to consider, what is my signature program? And you ask yourself a very simple question. You envisage a ideal client of yours in front of you right now in that prison state. A heightened state of problem. Whatever that problem is, depending on what you do, they are desperate for the transformation that you can bring. So quite practically, how do you get them from prison to paradise? How do you do that? Map it out. List out the steps. List out the things that you would do. First, we would do this. Second, we would do that. Third, we would do this. And then we would get this in order. And then we would look at that. And then we would do this. And what does that journey from prison to paradise look like for your ideal clients? Imagine a fast-flowing river. So an immensely fast-flowing river with two banks. On the bank on one side, that's prison. Your ideal client is on the prison state side. You're on the paradise state side, on the opposite side of the riverbank. Now, your program is the stepping stones, the big rocks that you put into the river so that they can step one foot in front of the other to get across the water. So here, we're not considering or concerning ourselves with little things, little rocks. Oh, but maybe if they think this and maybe if they do this and do that and do the other. We only concern ourselves here with the big rocks, the big stepping stones. If this changes, it changes everything. So what are those things for you in your unique approach to solving somebody's problem, to transforming somebody's life? What are the big rocks? What can you put into the river so that they can step across and get to that paradise side of the bank? Those big rocks, they become your signature program. They become the vehicle through which people get to that transformation. So that effectively is your signature program. And you'll hear programs given all kinds of names. I have an amplify program. So imagine the letters of the word amplify laid out as rocks in the river. When I coach somebody, that's the process that we go through. We start by assessing where are they at, where do they want to be. And then we begin to map, create a roadmap of how they're going to get there. And we start to introduce this concept of why, of vision, of clarity, and of creation. And so this is my process. This is my signature program inside of my coaching. What does that look like for you? What are those big rocks that take somebody from prison to paradise? That effectively becomes your unique process. This is your signature program, remember. So it's important that it has your signature on it. And you can craft something that is truly unique. So those steps from prison to paradise become your signature program. And your filter in all of this is to check, is this a big rock or is this a little rock? Is it important or is it secondary? If it's secondary, it can sit underneath. It can be separate. It doesn't have to be the framework. You're looking to create a framework, a journey that delivers transformation. That is your signature program. I'm Colin Scotland. Remember, being your most authentic self is what amplifies your impact. So go, shine your light, and light up the world.